everyone, my name is Tabitha, and the job that I did for this profile career was an international adoption specialist. Um, so for an example organization, you can find them in any cities. One that was in Boise, where I live, was a New Beginning Adoption Agency, and there's the regular adoption specialist, and then you can specialize in international adoption. You just have to make sure the place where you are hired has that option. The working environment is dependent on where you're working, how many cases you have or families you have. One-on-one sessions are set up to help the individuals. And there are also group sessions, so those can take a lot of your time. Adoption agencies are very family friendly, so it's all about helping the family become a more integral unit and just arranging families and keeping families together. So the typical stressors that I found was the different adoption laws between the different states, and especially between the different countries. Being able to work within all the guidelines is difficult, and especially being an international adoption specialist, you're the middleman. So you become the person between the state, the government, and the family. So you're pulled in many different directions, and you have to be able to perform and know what you need to do in order to get the job done. Typical benefits, there wasn't any specific benefits that came with this job. It kind of depends on where you got hired, kind of like most jobs. The typical job tasks was home study services, creating support groups, post-placement and post-adoption services. That's making the support groups, checking the family. An adoption specialist's main objective is to build families by assessing child or birth families, acquiring social medical backgrounds, assessing applications. You're also required to help in post-adoption assistance. So you help in organizing and rendering the services that the children and the family needs. So you're their go-to person. The education requirements, you need at least a bachelor's degree in psychology, sociology, home studies, which this one is considered, or counseling. Obtaining a postgraduate degree in social work or related human services is an added advantage. It helps you kind of become more hireable, get better pay. Being well versed in your state rules come into effect as well when you're trying to obtain a job. You have to be current on the regulations that you are going to be required to work within. The starting salary that I found was $28K, and then experience went all the way up to $68. So depending on where you are, the city, or if it's rural, depending on where you got hired, your education level, that all factors into how much you can get paid. Miscellaneous career information. I kept reading that it's really important to understand all the ins and outs, or the legal tape, when dealing with international adoption. Working between different different countries can be very difficult because the children are considered immigrants, and so you can't mess up. You have to be able to do it right on, otherwise, you're in big trouble, and the family suffers for it. So that's what my career profile ended up being. So thanks for watching.